In 1967, we lived in Barrie. We were well-established New Canadians by then, had 3 children. And when the festivities began, we took part in lots of things. But we weren't able to go to Montreal because we couldn't afford it to go to the exhibition. Small family, one man only working, so. But we made the best of it, and our children were happy. They are born here, so they are good Canadians, and we celebrated several times. The one neighbor invited me to see her house, which was unusual for me because where I come from, you don't show off your place. So I took it all in. I thought that was a special occasion. And when I saw her bedroom, she had a beautiful bedspread on it, hand knit in white and puffed flowers. It looked like puffed flowers. And I fell in love with it. So I asked her if she could give me the instructions for that. I would love to make that my Centennial project. Start right now and work and see how long it will take me. Well, she was kind enough to offer her instructions. And when I got home, I had lots of cotton yarn and thought, I can start right away and make squares. And I don't know how many squares I need, about 300 or something. It's a project. So I started knitting whenever I had time. We didn't watch as much TV as we do now. And I had a few squares done when my husband came home in '68 and said, we are moving to Midland. I got a new job. Everything was stored away. The new house took over all my time. The new area has to be explored. The children had to be adjusted to the school. So we were very busy, and I forgot all about my Centennial project. And I had talked so much about it and even written home that I'm doing a big bedspread for the Centennial celebration. Well, now that 50 years have gone by, and I one day decided to go and look what's in this storage trunk. I opened it up and I found old curtains from the house that didn't fit this house. And I found a big bag full of white squares. Oh my gosh, my Centennial project. So what do I do now? I will never get that finished. I can't knit 300 more pieces. So somebody suggested, why don't you just sew it together and make a runner out of it? We have lots of runners over the bed, you know, it's in style now. So I put the tiles together, sewed them together, crocheted around it, and made a beautiful runner of the squares I found 50 years later, supposed to be my Centennial project. And not very long ago, I met the granddaughter of this woman next door. And I told her the story. And she said, oh my gosh, I have the bedspread at home. That is my bedspread now. And so she was so pleased when I showed her this runner in memory of her grandmother. And her name was Mrs. Dixon.
How much time would you say you had devoted to it?
Oh, every square takes about 2 hours or 3. I haven't counted the time. I did not count the time. It would have taken me years anyway to finish the whole bedspread. But you can see how beautiful it would look if it was all finished, because it puffs up after you have knitted it. The leaves come out, you know, and it makes a beautiful design. Took some work, but I love knitting, and I'm still knitting. But I did not think I could finish the whole thing.